Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm so glad you came to join me today, and welcome to the Advancement Center, located geographically in Santa Barbara, CA, but truly is the door open to all, to everyone on this planet who has a remembrance of home and enter eager to renew and regenerate those plans and dreams for a sparkling future that they brought with them from their origin when they came to Earth. So the welcome mat is out there for anyone remembering their origin and wanting to meet others who are from perhaps the same location. That's why the Advancement Center exists. That's why we're here. And every time you come, we know that it's expanding. And that's how our family is growing. Simeon spoke to us yesterday via the courtesy of Robert's broadcast and gave back, remember back, to each and every one of us our multi-dimensional identification, which included stepping past the barriers of the physical world and the physical world who's trying to control our physical being. And it's not going to happen. We are at one with the million and millions of stars in the universe. That is our true identity, which was so exciting. I'm just remembering the feeling. These ears heard the message, but this whole being was carried, moved, altered, and forever changed, especially as I edit the transcript. You know all about Dragon, our mechanical friend who catches almost every word. And it was just, I spent the whole afternoon in love with life. Our dear friend Elizabeth in Costa Rica usually responds within moments of the broadcast. Hours later, I read her text, and this is what it was. I said, where is she? And this is where she was. Wait a minute. Oh, I got the wrong person here. Okay, here we go. And Elizabeth wrote, totally taken away. I understood that. Was put to sleep for 3 hours before the broadcast, started with a clear focus on the broadcast, and could not keep these physical 1 minute while listening to Simeon and fell asleep again right at the end to only wake up now another more than 3 hours later without words for anything but in all caps. Thank you. And I answered, I'm experiencing all the love as I edit the transcript. I felt you asleep. And then the exchange of wonderful emojis. Is that what they're called? Yeah, hearts, lovely things. Okay. If anyone is watching this broadcast and has yet to watch Robert's broadcast of February 20th, 2021, please watch it. It holds all the keys to every shut door we may encounter on our journey. And just yesterday, I received this comment in a public venue and was deeply touched. And I'm going to read this right now. Barbara Whiting, you and Robert, well, I don't really have the words to express to you how grateful and honored I feel to be a part of this journey where we actually see, know, believe. One day, I know we will meet in person. Deep bows to both of you for who you are, your purity, what you do for us, and bring to us all. That touched me deeply. Thank you. And then C.S. Lewis said, the fact that our heart yearns for something earth cannot supply is proof that heaven must be our home. C.S. Lewis, yes. Were we paying attention? I certainly am now. Yeah. I was just scribbling all morning because I get so excited that I don't want to leave anything out. And speaking of public venues, the local scene has become a bit tricky when posting anything provocatively true. Messages can be arbitrarily adjusted, so I took a chance and posted the following to my invitation to this broadcast to be made available to the millions of subscribers who might glance or might even read these intact words of truth given by Simeon. I was just so excited. I was up in the middle of the night because in the middle of the night, I take the invitation and I change the word tomorrow to today. So that's good. And here is what everyone had access to yesterday on the invitation on Facebook. I felt very, very good. And I'm reading Simeon's words that are on the invitation. So, the simple act of daydreaming, of fantasizing, of doing all the things that are looked upon as child's play actually switch on your connection to a greater universe, to a greater capability, and to a greater reality than you normally attempt in everyday life. On those special occasions, when you jump in the air and celebrate and skip and laugh, you're beyond the pictures of the world that are developed and delivered to you every day. In those special times, you fantasize, you take over, you change the world around you, and you bring laughter that is catching, that creates laughter because you're laughing. Humor because it's humorous, and a smile because nobody can bypass a smile. These are the things that need repeating so that they can connect to the reality that's way beyond the pictures that are taught to you and in the divine essence that's been taken over by many organizations. You can actually live a different life by bringing yourself to the level of divinity that is required in the realms way beyond those that you know right now. The greatest thing is simplicity, because simplicity actually drives the opening of every signal. If it's complicated, it means you've left the door shut. It means you go open the manual of how things work rather than working them through. Humanity as a whole does not operate very well through rules and regulations and handbooks. It works with magic, miracles, the unlikely smile, the interaction between people, and the wink between a grandfather and a grandchild. And that is all printed on Facebook. So I was tickled. I was just delighted. Okay. So let's see, where am I? There we go. That just felt so good. Let's see. Where am I? That's right. I took a chance. And that's what life is all about, taking a chance. Not having a sealed document that it's going to be a success. But then that wouldn't be living life. It would be following a prescription. And we don't do those. Yeah. The image of the magic between a grandpa and a grandchild brings to light wonderful images. One that popped in for me was, I remember a Saturday afternoon a very, very long time ago. My grandpa and I were walking to the movies on a Saturday afternoon. Yeah, I said that. In Brooklyn. And I remember we were just stepping off the curb, and I was holding on to his wonderful warm hand. And he said, "Barbara, don't be a blotter, taking in another's thoughts. Think your own thoughts. You are special." Wow. Now, does anybody know that we used to blot excess ink from a fountain pen? That could have been 80 years ago. No more blotters in the world, but the feeling and the message are eternal. Isn't that funny? In the middle of the night, before my broadcast, whatever I need comes as a movie clip, and I can see it. And now I think it's time that I turn to the journal. Oh, there's so much in here. Oh boy, I've been doing a lot of writing, and Simeon has been doing a lot of wonderful answers. So this was written at 8:46 last night. Dearest Simeon, this has been a truly blessed day with your message this afternoon, and then spent working with the transcript. Every word I read, edit if needed, reached me deeply as I realized My very fiber of being was being touched and celebrated by your words. Hearing the truth of my own divinity, and furthermore, to know that people looking into my eyes will feel home, completely thrilled me. What is never acknowledged in the world was packaged and delivered to the depth of my being. Robert felt the power of my experience when I shared it with him. Now I long for your words. Dearest Barbara, this fiber that you referred to is more like the strings of a harp, a very responsive instrument, tuned to the key of the highest vibration of the universe. No wonder it appeared to be lacking in the physical world when you never left heaven for earth. Your desire is for all filters to be lifted and everyone to love one another as they've never loved before. This is coming true through your expanded family. We honor you, we honor Robert, and you're a beautiful center of advancement. Your loving friend forever, Simeon. And then I wrote, we are all instruments with our unique sounds, and when blended harmoniously, creates that heavenly sound right here on earth. And I can hear it now. Just being together. Words are nice, but the silence with that one little bird singing his heart out is perfect. Well, now that we've been given our true identification, we continue to expand energies and experience the uniqueness of our world. And you know, this reflects in the energies that surround us, and all assistance from our divine connection is always available for our use in the physical. Yeah. And as we move further into the world of our Creator, we lose all concern for the connections of the physical phenomenon. And as a result, we enjoy the freedom of a child and the vision of a master, all at the same time. The physical world is our playground, and the multiple dimensions of other worlds gather around us to provide the source for the magic that we all bring. And you do know that every element in the world is modified by our presence. But the only thing that is not changed is the past. Right. This must go through its own process of decomposition that has nothing to do with the processes of humanity. drop everything and refuse to enter into any reconstruction that may come from another influence. The past must now go into the total realms of the past and never be considered. We have a saying around here at the center. Every time one of us brings up a beloved memory, and someone else will say, "Oh, that's a good candidate for the garage sale." And that's the end of it. To the garage sale, out of sight, out of mind, poof, there went the past. Simeon spoke about the past yesterday, and he said, "But remember, all those times you said, I'll never do that again." And he said, now go back and collect all of those things, because that's all part and parcel and pieces of your being. That's who you are. Don't dismiss anything that's part of your life. Honor and cherish it all. But forget all the memories. Forget all the nonsense that cluttered and got in the way of true happiness. As a matter of fact, I was having a wonderful discussion with Robert the other day and talking about things I wished hadn't happened. And I thought, why am I doing all this? Why am I dredging all that stuff? And Robert said, they were just puddles. They were just puddles you got off the sidewalk. He said, just step out of the puddle and get back to the footpath. And that's what they call sidewalk in Australia. So just the idea of, well, that was a puddle, but I stepped out of it, and now I'm walking down the footpath to where I want to go. So remember, puddles are harmless. As a matter of fact, when I was a little kid, I remembered puddles in the wintertime become crystallized, and when you step in them, they make that wonderful sound of breaking ice. I guess you had to live in the East for that. But every curb had a puddle, and I stepped into it. I went, yeah. It was wonderful. So those are the joys of sharing. Those are the wonderful remembrances. And no one can bypass another one's joy and smile at the mutual sharing. Yeah. It's sharing joys is essential. And just considering everything every day here at the center and a myriad of places I go via the internet. And one of my joys is my involvement in the Peace School, which, by the way, had its birthing at Robert's retreat in Pennsylvania. It's going to be 10 years, or maybe even 11 years ago. And the Peace School stands for Paradigm Education Academy Consciously Evolved, PEACE. Yeah. And the other night there was a meeting that was in conflict with my art class. So I read rather, I text Susan that I wasn't going to be able to make the meeting, but I wrote this instead. I think. Okay, here we go. I have to prepare for my art class, so I will not be joining you tonight at your Peace School meeting. What I was prepared to contribute to the meeting is there is no more important focus at this time, and always to reestablish for children what has been missing forever in the educational system. And in parentheses, system is the negative, because we are prepared to focus on the child, not the system. Thank you. And she loved that. Our children teach us. They teach us what we've been missing. And their true delight is intoxicating. So being a part of that Peace School is really beautiful. And it's going to be international, and it's already established in Canada, and they're opening a school in Kenya, and I believe Belize is the next one. And in the meantime, I went to the internet and I noticed Peace Schools, the name Peace School is popping up everywhere, all up and down the West Coast. So that's kind of wonderful. I also noticed I always put everything into numerological logic, which has nothing to do with who we are. But at any rate, 2/21/2021 adds up to 10. And so you leave off the 0 and 1. It's the first day of newness. First day. Everything is possible. Nothing is impossible. It's just great to be alive. Let's see. Sorry to take you through all these pages and whatever. I'm just feeling the possibilities, and I see them happening. And that's very empowering. I read something that I wanted to share with you. It says, the excitement of being alive and free only comes with the actual connection to your origin. I can't say that enough. I've said that for how many years? I don't know. But obviously it's true. The world of your creator holds all things in total perfection, and we are at liberty to invite ourselves to live in this world no matter where we find ourselves in the universe and beyond. It's so true. Here's another gem. The mystery behind every moment of your life is revealed progressively. as you move with the flow and feel the silence of your own presence. And here's the exciting part. Your next action could be the one that instigates the miracle which holds the magic of life you are destined to experience. Your conscious connection to the world of magic and miracles will reveal everything that is uniquely yours. And the gifts that you have for the world will be presented by you in the most unexpected and unusual manner. I feel as though we've just had an amazing dinner where we were nourished, where we loved and appreciated each other, and we're feeling satisfied. I hope you feel that way too. Oh, and by the way, I forgot my art. Here's the latest. I wonder how that's gonna. Here. All right. The story to this is that uh, a photographer in Rowayton, Connecticut, where I used to live, took this photograph. And I thought, wow, that's a wonderful subject for our class. So I sent it to Mandar, our amazing teacher, and he loved it. He said, but we cannot use it unless we have the photographer's permission. So this was no easy task because I got the photograph from next door Rowayton, and at any rate, I recognized that when I want to get something, I do it. I found him on LinkedIn and asked for his permission, and he said, "Oh, by all means, go ahead." So that was probably the most difficult subject, and I kept saying to myself, "Oh, this is hard. I like puffy clouds, but this is a lot of drawing." And I was totally in student mode, open, ready, willing to try anything. And what a great experience that is for any of us to have. It's remarkable. So that's the latest. Now, today I got an email from Mandar, our teacher, and it's extremely informative because he tells the story of the photograph and then he takes you through the steps that he follows to create a really magnificent canvas. So, and then he also has pictures of all of us in the class holding our masterpieces. So if you're at all interested and would like to learn the sequence that Mandar goes through that we follow, then by all means drop me an email and I'd be delighted to send it to you. So all doors are open, nothing is shut. And with your beautiful laser beam eyes, see the true you. I do. And until next time, I wish you a perfect, perfect life, perfect health, and an unbelievably magic future. Thank you.